If you grew up like me, then you probably watched Adventure Time, played games like Minecraft for hours, or found yourself really into grand universes like Marvel or Star Wars, where the worlds were full of magic and wonder to explore, and the characters were always free and able to experience them. If you're like me, then you fell in love with those unique styles and use of color and overall magical design. And if you love those things as much as I did, then it probably sucked to find out that the real world wasn't even half as magical. But even though those stories that we love are rooted in fiction, the magic that's able to be spread by them is still very real. Hi, I'm Artavion, and by combining my skills of game development and metalsmithing, I bring the magic that you and I used to love from our childhood into our very own world, just by creating jewelry that looks like this. Let me tell you why. Because I grew up with less than others, I've always been familiar with the idea of struggle and instability. As I was raised to live through the struggle, I began struggling with the idea of wanting to live. As I watched my family's unending uphill battles just to survive only get more and more difficult, I began to ask myself, why even keep trying? As I grappled with this question, I found myself back at the magic of my childhood, where stories beyond my own imagination were able to give me a whole different perspective. You see, the motivations of some of our favorite characters is never to fit or conform to the crazy things that happened around them, and instead involved them using what they had learned or had been gifted to create an even more magical world. And although I didn't know it before, this is why my family never gave up. Not just to exist in this negative and sometimes horrible world, but to actively create a more positive and magical one than they had experienced. And so that's what I decided to do as well. After studying game design for the past 4 years and learning metalsmithing, I create whimsical designs that doesn't just look magical, but actually is intended to bring real positivity and magic into our world. For example, this design that I call the Dreamweaving Spider. It's a pair of earrings in your choice of either gold or silver that features a carnelian stone. For a long time now, carnelian has been believed to help harbor creativity, courage, and motivation in the person who holds it. The spider is attached to a web of chain hanging from a blue spinel gem. Blue spinel and spinel in general often represents personal evolution and a dedication to others. Not your style? Check out the Bluebell Spinel ring, which has that same blue spinel at the center of a budding flower. This represents taking charge of your own growth, ensuring something beautiful blossoms. Or, if you have something better in mind, try a custom-made order, where you can be involved in the design process, where it's designed by you and made only for you. All of which and a lot more can be found at eonseternalradiance.com. All of the pieces I create are meant to help ground you in positive motivations that guide you to create a future separate from the negativity the world may surround us with. Again, my name's Artavion, and if you'd like to help me spread positivity through magic, just like our childhood did, please visit eonseternalradiance.com or just like the video for more. Thank you and have a great night.